Hi there, welcome back to 100 Days of Marketing with me, Adam Farrell. And today's video is in response to a question that we received on LinkedIn about outsourcing, and specifically outsourcing marketing automation. And the question is, what would be a good way to measure value for your time and money? And I think William was asking that in relation to a question where I said you should outsource marketing automation. Now, the traditional way of measuring ROI for most businesses is a kind of ROI, return on investment, is a kind of cost-benefit analysis. How much will I spend versus how much do I anticipate that I will get back? And I think for small businesses, it's good to be aware of that type of return. But it doesn't always make sense to go about it in a pure, I will spend 10 to get 100, I'll spend 100 to get 1,000 way, because in small businesses, often the owner is the blockage or the funnel point where everything has to go through. So some things just need to be done just because the small business owner is responsible for them, and they don't necessarily always have a measurable return on investment or cost benefit analysis. So if there's a situation where there's something in your marketing that you can't do to an acceptable standard, then I would recommend you outsource that. Get someone else to do it. By all means, always go to the market and get a fair price for what you're doing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that piece of work will have a directly measurable cost benefit or return on investment. Similarly, if you can't do the thing that you need to do in an acceptable time, either you don't have the skills, so it's going to take time to ramp up your skills, or you don't have the space in your diary, then again, that's things that perhaps you should be outsourcing to get them done so you can slot them into the marketing and make sure the marketing is running smoothly as quick as you can. In a similar vein, if there's an element of creating this piece that you can outsource that's creating a blockage in your marketing, and perhaps it's something that you're kind of quite fearful of creating or completing, which is kind of common for small business owners. You'd be more surprised than you imagine. Or if that piece of work is creating some procrastination. Again, what I said in that previous video was get a good sense of what's involved, what needs to be done and what outcomes that you want from that outsource, and then go to the market and see if you can find a fair price for it, and then get someone else to do it. Because if it's causing a blockage and not allowing you to move forward for whatever reason it is, clearing it is absolutely invaluable to the growth of your business. So hopefully that answers your question, Willem. I think that it's very easy to fall back on something like a cost-benefit analysis or return on investment or other thing, but actually as a small business owner, I'd look at what the benefit is to you, both in terms of your self-esteem, your work-life balance, your ability to create the marketing project, and also your ability to keep things rolling forward, and use a kind of judgment based upon your wisdom and your experience to decide whether or not what you're getting back from the value of the outsource is worth the investment. I hope that answers your question, and thanks very much for asking, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon. Take care.